So again, make sure that you yarn over and pull through the loop. And this is basically what we call a chain. So what I'm going to do is just keep demonstrating this chain, and I'm going to give you just a few tips while doing this. The first tip is to continue moving your fingers up the chain while you make the chain. So pretty soon your chain's going to get a little too long, and so what you want to do is just continue to move your fingers up the chain just like this. The next thing you want to make sure is that each loop on your chain is the same size as the previous chain. So to make sure your loops are the same size, make sure that your loop goes all the way up onto the hook shaft, just like this. Okay, now if you're finding that your chain is too tight and it's too difficult to draw the hook through the stitch, just try relaxing your hands because you're probably pulling too tightly on the yarn as you're drawing it through. So again, just make sure that your yarn is really loose around your hand. Now if you have the opposite problem and you're chaining too loose, just make sure that you shorten up the distance between your hands. And also make sure the yarn around your hand is a little tighter. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is how to count your chains. And this is important because most patterns will want you to count your chains before making any additional stitches. When you count your chains, you want to make sure that you're not counting the chain on your hook. So that chain on your hook does not count. So when you do start counting, make sure that you start from the first chain that is right underneath your hook. So when a crochet pattern does call for you to start counting your chains, make sure that you count from your hook to your slip knot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. Now something else to keep in mind is you don't want to count your slip knot as a part of your chain either.